the community that faced the most restrictions on their freedoms in the last year were those who made a choice not to be vaccinated.
Premier of Quebec, François Legault, announcing a Canadian first that the province is looking to implement a special tax on the unvaccinated unless they have a medical exemption.
Nation by nation, Europe is turning into a two-tiered society in which those who refuse to be vaccinated will live under lockdown without full access to society or jobs, facing fines and even jail.
Tonight, millions of unvaccinated Austrians on lockdown for at least the next 10 days. An order from the government as the country tries to slow the spread of the coronavirus.
The unvaccinated have already been in lockdown for almost a month. And next year will have to pay $4,000 in fines every 3 months unless they not only get vaccinated, but get booster shots. Germany's COVID restrictions have been so draconian, this German mother says her 10-year-old daughter wants to die.
The Philippine Commission on Human Rights warning government about implications of President Duterte's order to bar unvaccinated people from going outdoors. The CHR says the order may result in undue discrimination.
Probably don't see it like this. There's two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated,
that is what it is. So, yep.
The vaccine mandate has kicked in for more than 1 million authorised workers, no longer allowed on site if they haven't had a jab.
If an employer allows an unvaccinated staff member on site, they can be fined more than $21,000 and the business will be hit with almost a $110,000 fine. Workers who falsely claim they've had the jab will wear a $10,000 fine.
There's people that don't want this mandatory vaccine. How do we manage this?
Well, then they won't be going to work.
Okay.
It's very, very simple.
But don't think you can get on a plane or a train besides vaccinated people and put them at risk.
Queensland is punishing unvaccinated teachers, docking their pay for the next 18 weeks. OK, so we think it's safe enough for you to come in and to teach our kids in the classroom, to do the job, but we're not going to pay you what we pay the other teachers. I don't know about this.
The fingerprints of unvaccinated teachers in New York City were allegedly sent to the FBI with problem codes flagged on them.
When the city puts these problem codes on employees who have been terminated because of their unconstitutional policies, not only do they have this flag in their files, but their fingerprints are sent with that flag to the FBI and the New York Criminal Justice Services.
With every teacher job, fingerprints are essential. So whatever job I decide to pursue, they will have to get my fingerprints and do the necessary search to see if there are any flags. And now I know I have these flags.
Anka Mrak-Taritaš, 4. studeni 2021. Citiram, sada je trenutak da se kaže ljudima, ne možete više nigdje ako niste cijepljeni.
This morning, it's a race against time for DJ Ferguson and his family. The 31-year-old father of 2 with a third baby on the way desperately needs a heart transplant. But his mother says Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston says DJ can't receive an organ donation because he won't get a COVID vaccine.
It is almost common policy to say, if you don't have all your vaccinations, including COVID, you're going to be less eligible for a transplant than other people who are going to do better with a scarce heart.
Dr. Berecki, 23. travnja, citiram, svijet bi bio puno ljepši bez necijepljenih. Sramite se. Sram neka vas bude.
So they have been the most discriminated against group that I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. That's a pretty extreme level of discrimination that we have seen. But this has been an extraordinary time in the last year in particular.